which is just wild, isn't it?
That's such a what wild things you've done, dude. You've just there's just things that I hear and I'm like, huh? Like, dude, you're pretty young. I'm like, how old are you? Didn't you say
30?
I was gonna say 30.
I'll be 31 next month.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know if I've lived a good life, but it definitely hasn't been boring. I'll say that. I mean, it's been.
That's what's up.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been hard to process a lot. It's so much information that it's just like hard to like remember all of it. Like there will be times that I'll like start telling a story and I'll be like, oh my god, I completely forgot that happened.
Yeah, like, oh, that was a real thing, like flashback moment.
It's been wild.
Dude, and now you got chains on and you're wearing a Boys in the Hood shirt. Now you made it.
I'm living somebody's dream. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And welcome to Unpasteurized, Zach.
Dude, thank you for having me.
How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here so much. I mean, I'm Lucas Schneider. This is Zack Rahrs of the Dude Actually podcast. Yeehaw. He's here filling in because, unfortunately, my normal co-host, Taylor, he unfortunately is in a Chinese work camp because of my comments, that I said the last time we did the podcast. I like to call China West Taiwan because they really don't like that. They really, really don't like that. And, Taylor, we're working with the State Department. We're trying to get you out of there. But just, for the time being, just remember to lift with your legs, not your back. And we'll bring you on home.
Oh, my God,
Zach?
Dude. West Taiwan. That's such a deep cut into them. Not only, oh, my. That's good, though. I mean, hey, that's what happens. It'll get you into work.
I know. I've gotten people like booted off of online games for like saying that in the game chat to them because I knew that's where they were from. I start doing that. I start talking about Tiananmen Square. Do you know that story?
They don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, just so everybody knows, it's not the video you normally see. The tank doesn't actually stop. It runs that guy over. Like he doesn't stop.
Really?
No, they run that guy over. Yeah.
I need to watch the whole thing.
It's hard to find now.
Wow,
it's hard I saw it
wow.
in the early days of the internet. But yeah, no, he
They just smushed him.
They did. They just ran right over top of him.
Oh. It's one way to go out.
Look, I love the Chinese people, but the government I'm not such a fan of.
No, I think
But
I can get
anyway,
down with that.
We don't delve into geopolitics here usually. I mean, it is what it is. How do you feel about unpasteurized milk? Zach, you ever had it?
I want to. I really want to try it. I've never had raw milk.
Are you aware of what it is?
I know it's I mean, I guess not as familiar. I mean, I would just think like homogenized or like it's just like the raw shit that comes out of the cow.
Yeah, I mean it's just straight out of the cow and usually chilled. I don't like it warm. Like some people have drank it warm like that.
I don't think I'd like.
I don't
that
like
warm.
that. I like it chilled down. It's got to be chilled down within an hour of being pulled out. But basically, as it sits, the cream separates. So it's on the top, so then you have to shake it to like get all the cream mixed back in. And it's very good. I like it a lot. It I tell you what, it really enhances cereal. You want to talk about taking the most natural thing on earth and then putting it on the most unnatural shit we got. It's so good.
Beautiful. That's a perfect harmony.
It's so tasty. I love it. It's hard to find though. It's kind of like trying to find drugs. It's very hard. You got to know people who know people, and it's always shady. But anyway,
got to do it.
Taylor loves raw milk, and right now he's definitely trying to milk a rat in some work camp.
He is, dude. I don't know if it's an animal or a person he's milking.
He's doing something. Where's your normal co-pilot? What happened to him?
Yeah, Reese couldn't make it tonight. I really tried to get him to come out of his room. He wouldn't. He said he was like feeling down, feeling not about it. And then so I went in, and it wasn't Reese at all. It was just a gay dude he had over the night before. Reese was out like doing errands, and he was just in his room. So then I don't know where Reese is, but I feel like he's he's I don't know, somewhere where the gay men roam.
Or the gay men roam.
That's life. I mean,
that's a book you should write.
I think that'd be fun.
Anyway, we wish him the best
Yeah,
and steady recovery, and we'll be sending him one of those donuts to sit on.
Oh yeah, he needs that. He can just sit on Evan, dude.
What a character! What a character!
He really is a I don't want to say charcuterie, dude. I'm on keto now, but a caricature.
He is. He is a caricature of a gay man. I mean, I do enjoy him.
Well,
but
yeah, same.
He heckles. Same. He was getting on my nerves tonight, but the whole show was getting on my nerves tonight.
Did I miss much before I got in? Was there anything like crazy?
Who was on stage when you came in?
Kim.
No, I mean nothing crazy was going on. I mean, I bombed pretty hard right off the top, and I kind of just gave up right away. I maybe did like 4 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck it, you guys want to start the mic? I'm ready to start the mic." Were you there before Carter Heights went on?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I got there. Yeah, before that.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad about doing that a little bit.
You know what?
Because he told me afterwards, he was like, "I wasn't even going to do that one tonight." And I was like, "Well, good thing I did it for you, I guess."
That's true. Hey, that's a good response.
I thought of it, and I could not stop myself from saying it.
No, anyway. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it.
This is a precursor for another show I'm going to do once I move down here called Post Mic Clarity.
Oh,
and,
nice.
That's what this is going to be. We're going to interview, the best people of the night, bring them back here, but we need to upgrade equipment before we can do all that.
That's a sick concept.
Right? I think that's probably the best thing I've ever named.
Dude, I would say so.
Besides my children.
I was about to say,
I named my kids pretty good, but
I mean, this
whatever.
one's pretty up
there.
That's
fucking kids. Although I'll say this, there was a person I knew. We were both expecting kids at the same time. They're going to be born about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter we go in. My daughter's born. I had been talking. I had been said, we're going to name her Hazel because I shouldn't say that, but give her that name because that's not a common name, but it's
cool.
Normal, and it's different enough that there's not going to be a bunch of kids that have the same name as her. But it's normal enough she's not going to get made fun of for it.
Nice, that's the sweet spot.
But a person I know, a friend of a friend who was around, also expecting a kid at the same time, they came in 2 days later as we were leaving. Their kid was born. Guess what they named her?
Oh.
The same fucking name. I wanted to bust a bottle over his head.
Dude.
I was so upset. I was
Yoinked.
like, oh my God. Like, that was the whole point of me naming her this, was so that there wouldn't be somebody her age, and there's going to be another kid 2 days difference with the exact same name as her.
Yeah.
Except the last name. And, oh, man. What a bummer.
Dude.
Anyway.
They won the race.
Things you couldn't relate to, Mr. Pull-Out Champ.
Dude, actually...
We got a come champ and a pull-out. What's your method of birth control? Push and pray? You just try to shoot it all past all the eggs and stuff?
Dude,
go as deep as you can and just hope? Yeah, it's a Catholic method. The old push and pray. You go as deep as you can to just try to shoot your load past all the eggs. So that way there is no... Yeah, you want to go past everything.
Dude, it's just slicing through eggs, dude.
Yeah, you got to shoot. It's a difficult maneuver, but if you can pull it off, what a treat.
If you pray hard enough, it'll work.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
No, dude,
is that what you do?
I generally, like before my girlfriend, pull out champion. Never faltered, never failed. But my girlfriend has birth control, so I'm like, nice. And then now I just push and pray that it's fun.
God damn. You know what happens is when you don't have to pull out, you get real spoiled by it. And then it makes it harder to go back.
That's raw milk for you.
If you've always pulled out, yeah, it's exactly what it is. If you've only had vitamin D, you think vitamin D is the best, then the red top milk. You ever get into red top milk?
That's my favorite.
That's where I sit. Because that's what you can get in stores mostly. Mm-hmm. It's hard to find raw milk. But
someday I'm going to have to try it.
Yeah, well, I think they're changing a lot of laws about it. Fucking RFK is super into raw milk. I'm stoked. Like, I can't wait.
That's just such a funny
Like-
thing for him to be into, but it makes so much sense.
Dude, you know what, man? He says some wild... Here's the thing I've noticed over the past few years. Every politician, everybody that gets wild popular, Andrew Tate, fucking Trump, RFK, they will all, like, they'll say a bunch of stuff that I'm like, yeah, that's the right idea. And then they'll say another thing that I'm like, what? Like, how did you get to that end? How did you... With what you just said, I'm with you before you got to here. This is wild.
Yeah. Like that's how did you get
yeah,
there?
how did we
just
fucking
jumped.
we went in two different forks somewhere. Like,
That's
you
true.
you lost me, pal. They'll say like one. Jordan Peterson's the same way. He'll say something that, like, I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and then the next thing he says, I'm like, that's kind of fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
dude.
thinking? Like,
He does say some nuts things.
But
Just the way.
that's why I just take it all in pieces.
Hey, that's all
Can you do a
do.
Jordan Peterson?
No.
Oh,
No,
bummer.
he just kind of sounds just like but with words. Like, I know you can't do it.
You know, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and the thing about the Lord is that he's just a figment of your imagination. He's a social construct that you can't follow, but you need to follow it because it's so good for you. I can't do it very well. Do you
were
do any
hitting
good
it there.
impressions? I hit it for a second, but then I started trying.
I did Trump for a bit, but not really.
Yeah.
It's not like I used to be able to do Stitch, but that's when I was like 10 years old, and now I'm like,
no, it's
I got
hard.
chords.
Yeah, I've been working on a Donald Duck. I'm not ready to put it on tape, but
Nice.
it's
important.
hard. The only one that I can do that I'm like, I think I'm gonna try doing as a character sometime is the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Nice.
I can do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
See, here's the thing about it, Zack Rahrs. You get your cup of coffee in the big time. That's what it is. You gotta get it together. And I'm gonna have to face Ricky Steamboat in Pontiac, Michigan at WrestleMania 3 for the Intercontinental title. And he's gonna get his cup of coffee in the big time. But I tell you what, the cream of the crop that always rises to the top. Oh yeah.
Dude, damn. That was
wasn't
pretty
my
solid.
best, but it's
That
been
was a
it's been a
solid
while. I
Hogan.
need to
They're
the
savage.
impressions I
They're
can
so
do, I
savage.
do well, and the impressions I'm bad at, I am so bad at.
I feel that. Yeah. No, I can. Yeah. No. Nope. I can. A really tough one, as I have a stroke over here. A tough one is the Tasmanian Devil. That's like almost impossible to do. But just even imagining it, you just have to almost give yourself a whiplash.
Right.
Like, no, you can't even do it. I sounded like I was gonna say Cole Scommel.
Good God. He
Good
looks
guy.
like he voted for Biden in Minecraft.
Dude, that's really good.
Oh,
He was
shit.
like
he's
Thunder
gonna hear
Mountain.
that because Jaden asked me about the podcast.
Hey, that's a good roast. He's gonna appreciate it. We
I
know
hope
you,
so.
We know we like
I hope
you guys.
so.
Um,
I haven't kicked you out yet. Of course, we like you. Please keep coming back.
His name was like Thunder Monster, like a mountain fucker or something.
It was a really good name.
It was
a really good name. I was so excited to see who that was.
Me too.
Yeah.
The moment I looked over, I was like, I should have.
And he's had sets that deserve that name.
Yeah. He has.
It wasn't that case tonight. But I didn't feel like anybody did super well tonight.
Yeah.
But that was also me. I didn't do well. I was having a bad day. Not really. Just tired.
Yeah, dude.
But
I was
doing it.
I was super tired, especially like doing a new diet and on a Monday, but I had to come support the troops.
Okay, well, that's what we do. We support our troops here.
We are the troops.
Yeah. Both sides.
Got to be equal. Got to be fair.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still had a good crowd. I mean, there were still 20 comics,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a decent audience sitting in here. Pretty wild. Pretty good time, as always, here at the Dubliner Pub.
As always, every Monday.
What a natural plug. What a natural plug.
That was that worked
So
out.
good.
Dude, it feels like crazy to be in this room after hours, though.
Doesn't it,
It's
dude?
like I don't know. It feels like, just feels almost not backroomsy, but just like this looks like a cruise ship area that was abandoned, or like in BioShock or something.
Man. I mean, I tell you what. There's something about like being here before the show starts, watching the room fill up, and then watching it empty out, and sitting here back here afterwards.
That's true. That's like the
it's
full
an interesting
cycle.
feeling.
Like that's the full cycle of the room.
It makes me feel incredibly responsible.
Hell
For
yeah, dude.
Stuff.
You take care of it. Then
I'm not trying. I'm not supposed to be an authority figure.
dude, you've messed that up a lot of times. Dude.
Yeah, I'm a super authority figure.
Yeah.
I think for being the man, I'm pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Which is wild. I spent all my life fighting the man. Now I am the man.
Yeah, dude, you become what you hate. But you are good. You're a good man, though.
I try to
You
be.
take care of it.
Well, I don't know if you've heard the podcast, but definitely going to be starting the cult.
Good.
I think I could do it. Yeah.
I think you could. Yeah, just like slowly put like cult
Here's
hits
the
all around the room.
here's the trick. You don't have to fuck me. See, that's how they all fuck up.
That's
They're
true.
all. That's the one thing that fucks the whole thing up is that your wife has to fuck me. That's the only way this place will survive. I won't go that far. I don't need to go that far. You, house 6, y'all tend the garden. House 8, you go get some firewood. House 9, you're on arts and crafts today. We need some new uniforms.
Dude.
I'm at house 1, you're on big house duty. You're going to be feeding me grapes and doing some painting. Gary, I want to hear that song you've been working on. I'm
Dude.
excited. Tasha, you got that Type 5 ready? I'm ready to hear it.
Oh my God! You know what?
I know
That's
exactly
a cult
what
I
I'm
can
doing.
get behind. That's
I know
true. That's all
exactly
you
what I'm
need.
doing. Yeah, and we're gonna build a stage, and we're gonna do comedy shows.
Nice, dude. The comedy.
Sell
comedy
tickets in town, and that
Dude.
will be my road to becoming president of the United States.
cult. I think you got a good 10-year plan. I think you got it.
Well,
Smiley comedy. That's like that could be a cult. Like that. If that was a cult, I would be like, okay.
Here's what it's gonna be called. It's gonna be called Shambhala.
Shambhala.
Shambhala. Now, that's a song by a band called Three Dog Night.
Ah.
It's very
Is it
good.
good?
I'll play it for you later. I don't
Nice.
want to get fucking censored already. We haven't even put up 10 episodes,
No, not a good idea.
No, but
I'll
I'll
do
play
it
it
to
for
you.
you. Yeah, it's definitely, it describes a good cult.
Nice.
Everyone is so friendly. Everyone is so kind on the road to Shambhala.
Wow.
Everyone
that's
is so happy.
That's already.
Everyone is so kind on the road to Shambhala.
Well, at least from that, it sounds like you picked a good one.
Yeah, man. Well,
Cultastic.
hell yeah. So, what do you know, pal? I'm not being a very good host.
Dude, you're being a
I've always
great-
got Taylor here to rely
Oh,
on. I'm
bro.
sure he's cracking it up in that fucking...
Dude.
I'm sure he's learned Mandarin already.
Oh, he definitely.
and
he's probably teaching them Mandarin. He probably knew Mandarin before he left. No, dude, I'm just chilling. I'm just having a good time, dude.
Hell yeah, brother.
This is exactly what I wanted to experience the raw milk time.
The raw milk time. Unfortunately, you're only getting about half of it. See, I rely on getting Taylor worked up. Is my issue. I sit back here and I just antagonize Taylor and I get him all worked up about shit.
That's
And,
that's a good business model.
Look, I do the technology shit. He just does the ranting and raving, and then I just try to antagonize it out of him.
You know what?
And he knows it, and I've said it to him. So
there you go,
there's
dude.
nothing dishonest about what's happening.
Dude, that's basically I do all of the tech, and Reese is the just like more
Just the
talker,
face.
just like
Just the pretty
So I'm
face
like-
that gets girls to listen to it when they're trying to fuck him.
dude.
Is that what happens?
That's so true. Yeah,
That's what I need. We need a third guy that's just a pretty face that's single that can fuck girls into listening to our show.
Dude.
That's what I need.
That's a good. You need that triad. You can
Yeah.
antagonize, and then he can get a girl audience, which is I don't think there's maybe like 2 or 3 women watch our podcast. Like, yeah.
I got a solid 2.4%. I don't know what numbers those are, but
I need to check that sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
0. That'd be crazy.
It was 0 for a long time. There's also a 2.4 not specified, which what are you gonna do? We also have somebody over 60 listening to our podcast.
They're probably trying to find like raw milk, like
could be.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it works.
Listen, and if that's you, Grandpa, I hope you enjoy it. You taught me everything I know about being, talking shit. So
nice,
great for you. He actually gave me the best advice I ever got that I didn't realize until I started doing comedy. When I was like a little kid, he used to take me to the bar all the time. This was back in the the 90s, so like people were still smoking in the bars, and like it was like real, like, and it was a cowboy bar in a small town.
That's cool.
So like he would teach me how to play pool. So we'd go around the pool table, and one day it was super loud in there, and jukebox was blaring. It was like the day after a sale or something, and I was like, I can't focus on it, it's too loud. And he goes, you know what, the world's loud, and it's not going to get quiet for you, so you're going to have to figure out how to deal with that.
Damn.
And play the game. I was like, I didn't realize how good that advice was until I started doing comedy.
Dude.
I was like, all right, yeah, that's true, actually. You got to fucking just, if they're being loud, just go over it.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
That's a good...
They're not going to get quiet for you. You got to make them be quiet.
Exactly. Yep, you got to suck them in. Suck them in and suck them out.
Grandpa Dick. And he well earned his name.
Wow.
Yeah. You got any living grandparents?
No one. Yep, and his name is Emery George Rahrs.
Emery. That's a hell of a name.
Well, and also my dad's name is Emery Rahrs.
How'd you dodge that?
My mom said, fuck no. She was like,
what
Zachary.
an angel.
Yeah.
What an angel.
I know, dude.
You could have been an Emery.
Emery.
If you were an Emery, you would not be sitting here today.
Honestly?
I don't think you would be.
No, you're right, dude. That would
I think if you would have been named Emery, you would not be sitting right here talking to me.
0%. I don't even know what life I would live. It'd probably be military.
You'd have to. I mean,
yeah.
What else?
That's
what
my dad and grandpa did. So.
What else are you gonna do? You can't.
No, dude. Oh my God. I've never met any...
What a multitude of bullets you've dodged, and IEDs and rocket launchers and...
Dude. Yeah, literally. Like, and...
the older I've gotten, the more happy I've gotten that the military wouldn't take me at the time.
That's true.
Because I would have been so gung-ho, I would have died for sure. I upset my mother because we were talking to a recruiter, and I was like, hey, like... whatever I'm signing up for, I want to be in the front. Like, I want to be doing stuff. And my mom was like, Lucas, no. And I was like, she's like, you could be a cook. You could do, something safe. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go. And like, I understand that it's all a cog and a big machine. But me personally, I could not go be in the military, not do real military things like combat.
Yeah, I couldn't be like...
I couldn't do combat.
Meals.
I couldn't do not combat and then come back and like respect myself if people were like, oh, thank you for your service. I'd be like, I didn't do anything dangerous.
Yeah, like I made engines on a base.
I really didn't want to deal with people being like, oh, well, thank you for being in the military. Thank you for your service. And me having to be like, I didn't do anything fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
I wouldn't feel like I deserved any of it.
Yeah, and they're like definitely needed. So like they're great, but also I want to go like I want to dive into battle and like I don't know, akimbo 1887s.
I've tried to explain it to many girlfriends. There's something very appealing about the idea to a man of being like last man standing on a hill. And like going out like holding a gun, like the enemy surrounds you and you're like holding them off to try and save your group of people.
Yep. Oh my God.
There's something that you just feels
that gave
like,
me goosebumps, dude.
Yeah,
that's
like,
what you need. That's the last samurai
shit.
Shit.
This is a very pro samurai podcast.
Oh fuck yeah.
We've talked about it. Taylor and I both agree. We think my samurai past we were fighting on one of them tall towers, and I was on the bottom floor, and somebody just like dropped their katana off the side, and it went through my head.
Oh.
So I didn't even die an honorable death. Like I just got too old.
Rough.
Like I just died an accidental death. Like
Oops.
I didn't die in real combat. I lived too long. Like
What a way to go, dude.
I know.
That had to have happened to somebody. Like
Certainly.
At least once.
At least once. With how many people that have been killed, that had to have happened at least once, right? Like,
yeah. There's way too many ways.
1,000 ways to die, and
Yeah.
they didn't mention that one once. So I'm sure there's more than 1,000 ways to die. You know what I mean?
True, dude. They
Did
need
you
to
ever
keep
watch that
going.
show?
Yeah.
Or were you too young to see that?
No, I saw it. I saw it after it like originally aired though. Like
Oh.
I saw it like online. But yeah,
Dude,
scary.
I used to
Someone-
watch Spike TV like as a
Nice.
child, which is crazy.
Hell yeah. Was that the one that had Mansers?
It had Mansers. I don't remember watching Mansers.
No,
If I'm being
I've heard
honest,
about
like,
it, but I've heard it's just goofy.
My after school routine was generally for a while it was like Fear Factor, and then like Ripley's Believe It or Not had a show.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot
And
about
then
that.
the Dukes of Hazzard. And then I found Comedy Central. And I just, every day after school, I would watch comedy. They had Comedy Central Presents on from like, I think it was like 4 in the afternoon all the way till like 6. So I would just watch hours and hours of stand-up.
Oh
like,
shit, dude! I had
and then
no
like
idea.
I would have to change it. Oh yeah, dude! I made my first money doing comedy when I was like 5 years old, 4 or 5.
Wow,
In
you
that
early.
same bar, these cowboys would pay me to take jokes from one end of the bar to the other, like to tell their pals at the other end of the bar. And I still remember some of them, and they were crazy. They were not shit a 4 or 5 year old should have been saying. Like if I'd heard my kid saying that, I would have freaked the fuck out.
Dang, dude.
It was wild. Like what's the difference between a mosquito and a blonde?
What,
Mosquitoes stop sucking after you slap it.
dude?
Like
Oh
crazy.
my God.
And then like they started just keep getting longer and longer, and they'd give me $1, and that was enough to play a game of pool and get a pop. So like I would just like get a pop,
Oh wow,
play a game of pool, and then I would tell another joke and get money to put in the jukebox. Like
dude, you lucked out. That's
I was living the bar life as as like a 4 or 5 year
Oh my
old.
god.
It was crazy. Bars were cooler when you could smoke in them. I'll say that.
Yeah, honestly, I bet I was never in a bar that you could smoke at. Maybe I think I have been in one, maybe, but no. That
My
shit-
grandma was a bartender, and I had like helped her bus tables and shit.
Nice.
It was real. Like I say, growing up in rural Nebraska in the 90s and early 2000s, it was a lot like living through the 60s, 70s, and 80s all at once.
Damn.
Because people forget, the culture used to move slow. It used to start at the coast and creep in real slow, and only the good shit got to like rural Nebraska, you know. But now with the internet, culture moves like that, and everybody knows everything.
That's true.
There's
dude.
there's hardly any like difference anymore. Like people are starting to become the same everywhere.
Yeah, we are just everybody's just slowly like becoming just gray.
You know, the accents are there, but pretty much what people watch, it's all the same everywhere now.
True.
Which I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know.
It's interesting.
I think it's too late.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
We can't
about
do
it
anything.
now.
We can't undo that.
No.
But I think that's why the world seems so. I think the world was always this crazy. You just didn't hear about most of it.
That's
Like,
true. Yeah,
I really think that that's what it is, and now you hear about all of it
Yeah, all at once,
right
everywhere.
away. Yeah, you're hearing about every single one of them, and you used to just hear about like the really big shit.
Yeah, like a place got bombed. It's like you hear about that, and it was a big bomb, but there's like 1,000 other bombs all around, and like different things.
So that's not good. I mean, but human beings are savage beings. We have it very comfortable
that.
here, so we get to like pontificate and think
We
about
do.
crazy things like
Yeah,
this.
we do.
Well,
get to
we don't have
pontificate.
to. We don't have to dodge fucking hand grenades.
No, thankfully.
Isn't that
that's
wild?
That's why we didn't have to. I mean, that's why I didn't join the army. I didn't want to have to dodge the hand grenade. I wanted to like, I don't know, jump on one and like explode. But I have like spikes in my back, so it like shoots arrows.
You wanted to martyr yourself.
Yeah, like super, or like or like I die, but I just killed like the best general ever, and it's like raining, and I'm like, I got you. Like, I saved the world, but I must perish.
I wanted to be a pilot. That's what I was going to do. I wanted
nice.
to be. At first, I was trying to be a fighter pilot, and then they told me even though I fit the height, my dimensions were off because my legs are so long. They would have if I would have ever had to eject, my knees would have gotten caught underneath the dash.
Oh,
Ow,
yeah,
dude! And I
dude.
was like, all right, well. So then the Army told me they were going to let me be a helicopter pilot,
That's cool.
but I find out later. The story ends with me finding out Army recruiters can just lie to you. They can tell you whatever
That's
the fuck.
so funny.
Get it on paper. They can say whatever the fuck they want. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like,
Dude.
There's nothing wrong with, and I get it. I get why, but
They're making money.
Yeah, they have to. You know what I
But
mean?
also, oh my god, I didn't think about that at all. I figured that was like against
I know.
the law.
You just inherently think
Yeah, I'm
that
like,
they're
oh,
the
they
military.
can't-
I should trust them.
Yeah,
No,
cops,
they'll lie.
military.
They'll lie right to you. The thing is,
drive
though,
a submarine.
he also got super disappointed because he didn't get his bonus. Because he was lying to me about other stuff, but he didn't get his bonus for me because I scored really high on the ASVAB.
Nice.
So, he would have gotten an extra bonus for that. And then, we went through the paperwork. I was supposed to go to medical the next day and, do my swearing in and all that shit.
Wow.
I had not been smoking weed. I had been training. I'd been getting up and doing PT 2 days a week, in
Holy.
college.
Oh my god.
I was
dude.
I was not
ready.
I was going hard, taking it fairly seriously. I'll be honest. On Thursdays, I usually showed up drunk, because that was country night at Riley's in Wayne. So
well,
I mean,
of
you
course.
had to go down. You had to go down and country swing dance
Of course.
with the cowboy broads. I mean, you just had to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you'd get home at 3 or 4, and then you'd get up and go to PT at 5 and have to run your miles, and you would not do well. I would still pass, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, no, that's not a good combo. Dude.
So, yeah, we were filling out the last paperwork. I had to fill out a will at 19 years old.
Oh my god.
And, we processed all that, and he was like, oh, well, I can't get you a pass for, this thing on your record. And I said, dude, I haven't been working a job because you told me that was going to be fine. So now I can't pay for my
Wow.
next semester.
Oh, dude.
This was how I was paying for my next semester because you kept telling me that this was going to, work out and this was going to be fine. And this is going to,
Wow.
so I haven't been working a job. I have no money. I can't pay the next semester. He's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I was like, you fucking lie. I went off. I was not happy.
Dude. No.
And
No, that's
then
ridiculous.
Then after that, and I realized I wasn't going to be able to pay for the next semester, I went off the deep end partying. Because I already had that semester paid for, so I had 2 months of staying there.
Oh shit!
And
Gotta
that
go.
was already paid for, so I was like, all right, well,
Turn up.
let's fucking turn up. And I did. Except one time I partied for 5 days in a row. Drank 5 nights in a row. And hard. And it was bad. It was bad. I slept for about 22 hours. My roommate came. I woke up and my roommate came in about 5 minutes later, and he goes, "Thank God you're awake, dude, because if I came in here this time and you were still sleeping, I was gonna go get the RA because I thought you were dead." You
Holy shit!
I was like, "Yeah, dude, I've been overdoing it. I did not I would drink, and then I would go to the school cafeteria and eat." Not good for you food.
Yeah.
With sunglasses on because I was all fucked up. And then I'd go back to drinking, and we'd smoke, and then we'd go drink, and then smoke some more, and go drink, and just bounce around parties, and living that lifestyle, and doing that 5 nights in a row. I lost my keys, and I had keys to school buildings, the humanities building where the radio station was. I had those keys.
That's not good.
No. It was $700 to replace all the keys that I had. And I was nervous, and somebody found them and said, "Hey, does anybody know somebody that has, that went to St. Mary's? I got this lanyard here with all these keys on it."
Oh my god!
And it just happened to be one of my friends that he was talking to, and he was like, "Yeah, I do know somebody that went to St. Mary's."
Wow!
And I got him back, but let me tell you, that was a scary 6 hours.
No, that's.
I went back to the house that I
terrifying.
was. The thing was, I went back to the house that I was partying at,
Mm-hmm.
or that I last remember being at. Nobody was there. The door was just wide open. Like, so I like walked in. I was like, hey, I was here. Like, I was just announcing my presence. I was like, I was here last night. I lost my keys. I'm just checking, seeing if they're around.
Yeah.
Like, don't come out here and beat my ass.
Yeah, for
like,
real. That's scary.
like, the door was open. I just walked in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll be out of here in a minute. Just checking for my keys.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking for like very scared. And my roommate said that, like, I don't remember. I remember being at that party. I remember doing a keg stand and just absolutely demolishing whatever the record was.
Holy shit! Dude.
I used to be an animal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll tell you some stories off air that can't be told.
Dude, that's nuts.
But did that, and that was the last thing I remember. And then my roommate said he found me like zombie walking back to Canvas. And he asked me if I wanted to ride, and I just like nodded. And then I was like, you gotta let me in the room. I don't have my keys. And then I slept for 22 hours. Like, they just happened to drive by as I was like,
dude,
dragging my feet zombie walking. Like,
you went maximum hardness, dude.
That's where the name Smiley came from. I used to get like fucking lit up. I mean,
damn,
on Bombay gin and brisk lemonade, dude.
That sounds deadly. That sounds like it'll
the whole group of people I hung out with, we all had cute little nicknames. There was Gator, just because he was wearing a Florida Gators sweatshirt that night. Same thing with Rosie. That's the name he got because he fucking kept wearing this sweatshirt that had roses all over it. Black fellas.
Fitting.
Black fellas.
Nice.
Big Bear, Trevor. He was like, I think he was 7 or 6'7".
Oh my god.
And yeah, he was built. And then Little Bear was this short little Mexican, probably about 5'3". And then I was Smiley. So.
Wow, dude, what a cast of characters.
Yeah, the tattoo came way before the comedy shit did, like 10 years before.
Gotcha.
I didn't know why I hung on. That's the only nickname I've ever had that I've truly enjoyed. Oh, wow, that's a good nickname.
That is a good. Yeah, that's solid.
Nobody calls me it anymore, but for a long time I could tell when I had met people, depending on what they called me. It got so bad when I was fucked up, I would like introduce myself as Smiley.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like. One time sitting in the cafeteria, these 3 girls walked by the table, fucking sitting there with sunglasses on, seriously, just drinking a milkshake.
Yeah.
Like this. And, hey, Smiley. I was like, I don't remember any of you.
Yeah, like, who are you?
Who are you? Turns out I had met them the night before, and I was flirting with them pretty hard and just fucking with me. She goes, oh, well, my boyfriend's a linebacker for the Huskers, and I just took off running. Like, I just dipped.
Yeah, like, dude, I don't blame you.
Yeah. She was like, but I don't really have a boyfriend, though. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing
ever happened. I played too aggressive. Anyway.
Hey, you got to try. You got to play the game, whether you win or lose.
Oh, I used to be a real douchebag. I didn't used to be this cool. I really chilled out.
I couldn't believe it.
No, I used to be a fuckhead. For sure. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I still can't. But, I mean, hey, you at least you partied hard.
I partied harder than I definitely should have. And I'll pay the price one day. But until then, rock on.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Did you ever spend a time overdoing it?
Yeah, I did Xanax once. Well, I did it like a few times, but I took 2 bars once, and drank, and that's not good. That's not a good combo.
No.
But I completely passed out on a toilet seat. At least this is what I think happened, because I kind of remember it. But anyway, so I fell over and I hit the faucet with my cheek and broke it off. I literally fell into it, and then I don't remember it. Apparently, I was like still wanting to drink and just like super just gonzo. I woke up the next morning, didn't remember any of it. My buddy was like, hey, did anybody do this? Like, the faucet's broken off. And all I knew was that my cheek hurt, but I didn't know it was me. So I was like, whoever did that, what the heck? Like, oh. And then the more I thought about it, I was like,
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, this seems familiar. This seems familiar. I feel like I did, in fact, do that. But I bought him a new faucet. It was $20. Screwed it on, which is somehow working, and now it's a prop in the studio.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Amen.
All's well that ends well, right?
All's well that it ends well.
Yeah. One night I woke up, I had passed out shirtless on the bathroom floor in my basement, which is a bathroom that I never used. So the fact that I was in there was a wild, and I could not stand up. I had to crawl on all fours up the stairs and through the house to my bedroom. I tried the couch, and I was like, I can't do the couch. That's how fucked up I was the next day.
Wow, dude, that's wiggle legs.
You
turned paraplegic.
I bought a 3-liter bottle of Grey Goose.
Oh,
and
that's a lot of
goose. We
goose.
drank it in 2 days.
Dang, dude. Oh,
with Red Bull and orange juice.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
You just speedball yourself into oblivion.
Oh yeah, we were playing beer pong and drinking that instead of beer.
Well,
we got wild. Between 3 of us, we drank that whole thing in a matter of it was probably only maybe 8 to 9 hours of total drinking.
Wow, that's
days. It was just 2
heavy
nights
hitters
in a row. We went hard. You want to know who the other one was?
Who?
Morgan.
Damn.
She was one of the 3.
Hell yeah, she can keep up.
She used to bang. She used to drink like that. I don't know if she does anymore. Not my business. Don't care.
Yeah.
I do, though. I've known her for 3 years.
That's so crazy.
Isn't it nuts?
Yeah, that's wild that you're both here now.
I still see her parents on a regular basis, which is wild. It's wild to know people for so long.
Yeah. I think my longest is when I was 8, so only 20 years. Yeah. That is nuts.
Yep.
Especially from childhood, too.
Right? I have one friend that I made when I was 8 or 9 that we're still friends. And he was considerably, he was 5 or 6 years older than I am, I think.
Wow.
We, I don't know, our moms worked together, and then we started doing taekwondo together.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. He's really more like an older brother than a friend. So it's a weird spot to sit in.
Yeah.
I don't know how to define him. Very good dude, though. He's always been super good to me.
Nice. That's
super good to me. Solid.
Shout out.
Yeah, he used to beat on me something fierce. Yeah.
Well,
I was asking for it, though. Come on. You think I wasn't being lippy? You know
that's
what I mean?
true. Yeah, that's 100%.
I was asking for it. I wasn't getting bullied or abused. I was getting what I deserved,
Yeah.
But one time, so taekwondo, we had to, it was an hour car ride there, an hour car ride back, and we carpooled, me and him and another kid, and I would just fucking antagonize these 2 teenagers. I was just an 8-year-old antagonizing these 14-year-olds.
Dude.
Just, oh yeah, you're a pussy. You're a pussy. Just,
oh my
just
God,
shit talking. And because I felt like I had to hold my own against the bigger kids. They were black belts, and I was only a little white belt. And
you gotta.
Yeah, so I felt like I had to hold my own for those couple hours, and it was cool. We had a power inverter. We'd play PlayStation 2. We'd play Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Dude,
in the back.
One of the best games.
Oh, so great. When you had one of them little TVs, and you could you would put that in the car, and we'd play that for an hour.
Yeah, that's sick,
on the way
dude.
there. It was super cool. Kids would never now.
No.
They would never. But anyway, so they would pound on me. Me asking for it. One time I went to school all bruised up, and the teacher saw it and thought my parents were beating the fuck out of me.
Oh no.
And so she made a call.
Oof.
She thought my dad was beating me, and my mom had to have a talk with his mom and be enough. You have to talk to Mitch and tell him to stop doing it.
Oh my God,
Which
dude.
is crazy. But I was definitely asking for it. I was not being chill.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah, but that's how I know music's so good, is because he would ask me what band it was, and if I got it wrong, I'd get popped in the arm. Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to train. That's reinforcement learning.
You know what I mean? We're real big proponents of beating kids on Unpasteurized.
Yeah,
we've
dude,
talked
it's
about
raw.
it a lot.
You got it. You got it.
Not too
Taylor's
much.
preached it. Not too much.
Not too much.
Not too much.
Boys definitely. I don't know about girls, but boys need to be reminded that they are not the biggest and strong. That there are bigger and stronger.
Oh yeah.
That's a reminder that needs to happen every once in a while. Otherwise, you get really unruly, rude boys when they get older. You know,
you don't want rude boys.
Yeah.
You don't want rude boys.
You don't want rude boys. You gotta. I don't have a son yet, but they need to be reminded. I got reminded more than once that my dad was bigger and stronger than me.
Makes sense.
I hit that age. I hit an age where you start thinking maybe I could take dad in
Yeah.
a fight. You know what I mean? And about the time that happened, I came home from track practice. I was all warmed up and shit. They were standing in the backyard. He had been drinking a couple beers. He was in work boots and jeans and a t-shirt. And we got to talking about, well, let's race. Let's race to that pole over there. And I was like, all right, I got this. We take off running. No shit. I could hear the boots right behind me. Like, he was right on my ass.
Oh, my God.
To the point where he could have reached out and grabbed the back of my shirt for sure. So, no chance of me really outrunning this guy. No chance of that. And then within 12 hours, I saw him pick up and move a tractor bucket with his bare hands because he was painting it and it wasn't, he needed to move it. So he just picked it up with his hands and moved it. And I was like, no chance. Should I ever fight this man? No chance.
Yep, you assessed his power level.
Yeah, I was like, your power level exceeds mine so far. I mean, I may have wit and, comedic talent, but you could kill me.
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
He would
Farm boy
unpasteurize
strength
you.
is nothing to fuck with.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Hood people think they're tough, but they ain't mess with no farm boys.
Farm.
Because they got hidden strength. You can't see it in them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you can't see how strong they really are.
Yeah, for real. Farm boy.
Hell yeah.
Farm boy.
Yeah, you ever had any farm experience?
No.
Any agricultural, rural life experience?
No, besides Boy Scouts. That was the closest thing we got to it.
Did they take you to the woods?
Yeah.
Did they rape you?
Not anyone that not anyone in my troop. No, it was
Okay.
usually just
That's
the
good.
kids just became gay. And they just, dudes just banged.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that would
That's
happen.
better.
If you're spending every weekend camping with the boys when you're starting to get all horned up, I could see why that would happen.
Yeah.
I could see things experimenting,
Yeah, dude.
I always thought learning how to tie knots would be cool, but there's a lot of it that I just didn't want to do.
I don't blame you. No, it's
No.
a lot of it is boring.
A lot
Summer
of
camp
it
was
is
fun.
boring.
Our team, the platypuses, because we didn't want to call it platypi, and I was really stubborn. So I was like, the platypuses, and we did a knot tying competition. Our team won.
Hell yeah.
Team 1 of 4 beat all the other people at Camp Cedars.
Now, do you use the
Fucked 'em
knot
up.
tying in your romantic life?
No, I forgot all of them. And also,
Oh,
it's like the
terrific.
sea fish hook line knot, and I'm
Oh.
like, I don't,
Yeah.
babe, we have duct tape. Like, that's what I would tell her. Like,
Right. How do you feel? I ask everybody this. If I eventually kill a deer and I give you deer steak, would you eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool.
100%. There's not even a question.
Because I unfortunately have not reached a point in my life where I have a chest freezer, so I'm not sure how much deer meat I'll be able to keep.
You gotta be
I'm gonna
selective.
start practicing. Yeah, I'm gonna start practicing. Well, I'm just gonna have to give some of it away. That's all that is.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I mean, but I'm gonna eat a shitload of it. That's the whole point.
You
I do
must.
bow and arrow, so I'm trying to do archery.
Yeah.
So. But I haven't gotten one yet. I went out 2 years in a row. I haven't gotten one yet.
Third time's the charm.
Shit,
You'll be
I
able to
hope
do it.
so. Man, it's hard. It's hard.
It is.
I have been trying to get into hunting as an adult, and do you know how difficult that is? To not be raised in that lifestyle. And
That's
try to
true.
get it all
Everything's,
figured out.
fresh.
You can't figure out what's bullshit and not. You've had nobody show you how to get a deer.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not one bit, dude. That I would just feel like a complete rookie, just buying different scents and sprays and
Dude, I did. Apparently that shit don't work at all. I mean,
Dang.
I've used it a little bit. I don't think it works at all.
probably not.
I mean, I've gotten close. The one time that I could have very easily gotten a deer, I had been sitting there all goddamn day. and you could tell the deer run through here. Like this isn't where they might not bed down here, but this is like a pass through spot. You can see the trails in the grass, like where they run. So you're like, okay, I'll sit right here. Sat there all goddamn day. Didn't see nothing. Didn't even hear anything. And I was like, I gotta take a piss. I have to. First time I'd sat the bow down all day. I set it down, turn around, take a piss. I turn back around. There's a doe standing. I mean, within 10 yards. It would have been the easiest shot in the whole wide world. And,
that is so sad.
And like I tried to move so slow, and I got my bow picked back up, but I couldn't get it drawn back before she like got spooked and jumped off. But if I had been paying attention, if I had been ready for it and not taking a piss, I would have had a deer that day. Wow. Very upsetting. Very upsetting.
That's so unfortunate.
But there is something very primal. I've gone out with a rifle, and I don't feel like I like it.
Yeah.
It's too impersonal. With a bow, you feel. I mean, it's tough. Like, cause you have to get close.
Yeah, you gotta.
You feel like you earn it.
Yeah, much more than like 50
now,
deer.
If we're talking just for eating and survival, rifle is definitely the better way to go. I mean,
yeah
you guarantee
a lot more
sure.
consistent.
But I'm doing it for the primal caveman feeling.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It wakes something up in the back of your fucking noggin.
Amen, dude.
When you're sitting up there, and it's a wild thing to be sitting there and watch dawn come up and frost form on the grass around you. Like, to watch that happen.
Wow, that's
that's crazy.
That's a very
crazy
specific
experience.
Like, few minutes that you can see that.
Yeah, it's a real treat. I can't wait. I can't wait to go hunting again.
I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
You'll get it.
Hell yeah. How you feeling? You got anything else you want to talk about?
I can't really think of anything. Nothing's on my mind. This has been kick-ass, dude.
Well, I'm glad you could join me in this prayer effort for Taylor. Maybe his Lutheran God will save him
someday. Dude, maybe he'll
that's what you get for preaching. That's what you get for preaching the word of Martin Luther. I mean, the CCP will come after you. If you're talking Lutheranism, they'll get you, and he pumps that out hard. Maybe Lutheran God can protect him from the camps.
Martin Luther King Jr. might be able to protect him, dude. Only him.
God, I love how they have the same name and they're such distinctly different people. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
One's a 15th century white fella, and the other one is a very progressive black guy.
Yeah. They make a Oreo.
And they were both reverends. Isn't that crazy? They were both.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? So many combinations. They both made major changes to the world. Isn't that nuts?
He just came back a few hundred years later.
Isn't that crazy? You want to know one of my favorite stories is one of those is a civil rights activist that they protested to be able to eat at the lunch counter in a diner. Mm-hmm. And when he finally got to eat there, the food sucked. He hated it. The food sucked. It was the worst thing I've ever had.
Oh,
and I was like, that dude. Is how disappointing. To put your life on the line and get in there and be like, this actually sucked. I didn't need this. I didn't need this at all.
Oh my God.
I didn't like what they were doing, but I like this even more. I don't like this even more.
Exactly.
This is even worse than what they were doing.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
They were doing us a favor by not letting us eat
for real.
Oh, is that fucked up?
No, I mean, well,
it's unpasteurized. That's for sure.
Amen, dude.
That's not a boiled down thought at all.
That's a good thought.
All right. Well, I mean, we've been doing about an hour.
Oh, fuck yeah,
We've done 53 minutes. So
nice.
Isn't that wild? So this has been Unpasteurized. Again, Taylor in a East Taiwan work camp. We were working with the State Department, but for the time being, just lift with your legs, pal.
Mm-hmm. You got this.
Don't lift with your back. You got any plugs, Zach?
We got just the Dude Actually podcast. We do a podcast every Thursday. We've had Lucas on. We want to get both Taylor and Lucas on sometime. But other than that, just really that. April 4th, Into the Fire. If you're in Omaha listening to this is a very specific plug at Blackstone Theater. Otherwise, shout out to Lucas. Shout out Taylor. Shout out the Dubliner. awesome place. It's great time every week. So thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for being here in replacement of the great, maybe soon to be late Taylor Zachy. We don't know yet.
I'll see how it goes.
You can always follow Taylor at Z Schlong, the French penis, if you have a hard time. Remember that? Z Schlong.
Z Schlong. Nice.
You can always follow Smiley Comedy on all platforms. Make sure to, like and follow Unpasteurized. Even if you don't want to, just leave it on the TV for your dogs when you go to work.
Yeah,
just let us get the plays, and maybe we can raise enough money to get Taylor out of that work camp.
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we gotta expedite it.
Yeah, hopefully he can get out, and
we're gonna work with Elon. We just need to raise enough capital.
Yep, it's that's something, ain't it?
It is.
Hell yeah. This has been Unpasteurized. Good night.
Thank you, guys.